Let's get the chat open. Who's about? Who's up early? Who wants it? We're excited this week. We're excited, boys. How we doing? How we doing? Sign in. Beautiful. Morning, mate. Morning, Leon. How we doing, mate? How we doing? Oi, oi. Yes, Orange Apple, lad. How we doing, mate? How we doing? Let's get me chat open here as well so I can have a look. Toby says here, mate, Senesi or Cash in defence. I'd go Senesi. Who ordered one sexy bugger? I read that straight away and I was like, sexy burger? What you on about? Yes, man. That's not doing it for me. Do you think Thiago will start? I do, mate. I do. I absolutely do. And if he doesn't, at least we give it a go. Yeah, all good, lad. More importantly, how are you? I'm doing all right. Doing all right. I've had a pretty rough week at work. Like, it's been busy as hell. Would you bench Bruno? Currently got Foden, Rice, Rodgers, Wilson, Haaland, Ekitike, and Thiago. I would probably never bench Bruno. Bruno feels great all the time. For who I would place him in for is really difficult with your side, though, Leon. You've got a stacked team. Liam says Mateta out. We'll leave it for this week probably, and maybe a few weeks' time. We'll see what his minutes are like this week. But I totally get the dislike for Mateta. He has been a pain in my arse recently. Pain in my arse. Yeah, same here, lad. Been busy week. Best Dorky replacement 7.7. Ooh, 7.7. Who do you want there? Let me have a look. 7.7. Semenyo? Ooh, Semenyo's in that bracket. Is Thiago playing FPL Mogs? I think he is, yes, but we have to be cautious. We have to be cautious, as always, with this type of thing. But yeah, that's sort of the best midfielders for under 7.7. I think someone asked for 8.2 as well, so we'll talk about those as well. It would be Cunha, I think is really decent. You've got Rice, who's okay. I don't particularly like him this week, in all honesty, but Semenyo, he's up there. Soboslai as well. Cherky's a fun punt, if you really want to. I don't mind that. I don't. Do I play Van Heck, Welbeck, or Creepy Jr.? I'll probably go Van Heck. Obviously, you can tell by the top. I'm a Sunderland fan. We have only scored, I believe, 4 goals away from home this season. Yes, our points total is quite decent, but our away form is not as good as our home form, so you could go Van Heck. You could. But I think that Welbeck's meant to be injured. With Croupy, it's difficult to predict if he ever starts, and that's a real problem. Yeah. Put like that. That's what I can see. Is I'm thinking of holding Thiago and playing Senesi instead. Is that a good option? I would just play Thiago and bench Senesi. You've got to take the Thiago. You've got to take the Thiago game. It's Wolves, you know what I mean. You can't pass it up. If you've got him, play him. If you don't, would you buy him? That's another discussion we could talk about. Robinson, Fulham is the one this week. Do you reckon he'll play in the Premier League straight away though, Leon? Because that's my thoughts. I owned him last. Was it last season I owned him? Might have been last season or the season before. I think it was last season. Really, really fun guy. Like, it was just so good. Hey Mogs, I can't type on YouTube. I am subbed. Oh no. That might be one of the moderators who's got you on like restricted access. I'll see what I can do, Nico. I'll see what I can do. Mateta is interesting. I gave up on him a while back. Yeah, I mean, a bit of context with my team, so you kind of understand the consistent keeping of Mateta for the past 2 weeks. I've got bench boost next week. So ideally I want 3 starting strikers. And for me, there's not another striker apart from Ekatike that I would really like. So I'm really just leaving it for now and hoping this Leeds away fixture's good for Palace. Of course, the rested a lot of people midweek. We'll see. Minte just not delivering. Yeah, he could be sold next week. I'll give him the home fixture, but I feel bad for West Ham today. Yeah, hopefully City do well. Hopefully City do well, lads. Should I sell Salah to Soboslai and Mbeumo to Foden? That seems like a really good set of moves, Nico. Yes, I would do that. Mukele, what you think? He's alright as a cheap option. He is. Next week's Leeds, I think, at home. I like it. I'm thinking Thiago will come off the bench like last time he came back from an FPL injury, FPL moves. Regardless of if you have Thiago, I think you have to start him. Wolves is such a good fixture. You can't not put... If you put him on your bench, like, and your whole team plays, it's just going to be devastating to you if he does well. I think you've got to take the incredibly good fixture. I really do. Soboslai isn't starting. It's not confirmed. That's not confirmed, but he is, of course, under sort of minimal training as of Wednesday. What we heard, I believe. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You tempt me with Cherky. What's his expected minutes like? The problem with Cherky is his minutes. It's the case of every single Manchester City midfielder. The issue for me with Cherky is he going to start every game? Because if he starts every game, I expect him to get over 80 minutes every single game. But the question is, does he start every game? He should do. But then we say that with every Manchester City mid, and we just don't know. Is Thiago fit to play? I think yes, but obviously have a bit of caution with your decision on that one. Thoughts on bench boosting with Chow, Bruno G, Dean Henderson and Bowen? I don't mind it, Stanley. I don't. I need to save some money as I need to play bench boost very soon. So I need to get the players ready. With Doku out, is he more likely to start? Cherky, he's normally on the right, isn't he? I suppose he's more central as well. I mean, any Manchester City mid that you take out of that conversation is more like it will increase the starting chances of other Manchester City midfielders. So, like my Reinders, I've had him on my bench for ages. I might play him this week with West Ham at home just in case he starts, but it's a big risk for me this week. I could easily just make a move or play Anderson, but it's difficult, man. It's difficult. Morning, lads. Mugs, lads. Oh, I was going to say morning back, but we didn't say morning, but good morning to you, mate. Savinho, he could start on that left-hand side. 2 Arsenal defenders, you're dusted, lad. Make that 3, mate. Make that 3. 2, nah. Christ, mate, November finished last month. Awful team too. Wag 1B. I respect you for the come fly with me profile picture, but do one, mate. It's Jamie, Newcastle fan. Oh, yes, Jimmy, lad. How you doing, mate? How you doing? No Semenyo, shocking. I'm on bench boost next week, so I don't really need Semenyo. He's got Brentford away next week, which I could do. I could do that move, but I don't know who I would sell to fund the moves, because I wouldn't have enough money, you know. What's your overall rank? Just want to make sure you're any good before I take advice. Yeah, I'm not doing good at the moment, mate. Just scroll. I'm 1.4 million in the world. Triple captain this week, bench boost this week. We'll see where we're at. We'll see where we're at after that. But yeah, if you're looking for like elite manager advice, just scroll. I'm just a content creator, bro. Sell Reinders. Yeah, I want your guys' opinion on Reinders. So West Ham at home today. Obviously, he's not likely to start. However, we never know fully with the Manchester City midfield. So with Doku out, a bit of rest here and there for people. I'm unsure. I'm really unsure. It's a good fixture. So I'm like, do I make that move and keep 5 free transfers next week for my bench boost? I feel like that's more of a sensible decision and maybe just suffer with that one position this week. It's tough to call though because I've got the 2 other flags on my side. It's hard. I benched Haaland. Right. Right. If he blanks, Godspeed to you. But if he doesn't, Jesus Christ, you're finished. Enzo or Grealish, you probably go Enzo, but I don't like either of them. Haaland is not scoring more than 2 against West Ham. So let's say he gets 2 goals, 2 assists. I'll take that. What's your overall current placement? 1.4 mil. So I'm not doing too well at the moment. Triple captain this week, bench boost next week. Again, we'll just see where we're at, but it's tough. It's tough at the moment. I've got 5 free transfers next week though for my bench boost, so I'm really hoping it will get aggressive with that chip. We'll see how it goes, but you never know with these things. We've got to use the chips coming up though, guys. We do. Put Cherky in for Reinders. I don't want to use any transfers this week, man. Thiago or Bowen? You've got to go Thiago this week. Thiago this week's brilliant, man. Bruno or Thiago is such a hard decision. As in Bruno Fernandes? Do you mean? Oh, yes. I remember your team, Leon. Sorry. I would say... I would make... If I remember right, you had Rice. I would maybe bench Rice. Tough. Anderson out, Virgil in? No. Not for me. Thoughts on Cherky captain if I bring him in? I don't like it. I don't like it. Haaland's minutes are the best in the team. That alone should put the captain on him, but he's the best goal scorer in the world. Replacement for Dewsbury Hall. It depends how much money you have, but Harry Wilson's decent. Enzo Lafay, if you're looking just for a bench rotation player, I think it's okay with Leeds home next week. It probably would fall on Harry Wilson, though. That's kind of the only cheap option, I think, in the midfield that's quite good at the moment. Should I start Wilson? I would start Wilson, yeah. Is Bruno G good? Yes, he is. Oh, mate, 1 Everton and goodbye. Yeah, I know, it's risky. It's risky. Roof's keeper. I mean, I really should do, mate, but we've got Raya in. Why you not? Why you not what? When you say you don't like him, is it just for captain or in general? Just for captain, mate. Just for captain. Is Foden a good choice for captaincy? Yes, I would say so. The issue is, the more consistent option here is Erling Haaland. Should I sell Xhaka at the Szoboszlai or Gravenberch at Szoboszlai? It would probably be Xhaka, I would say. To be fair, I would do Gravenberch and just have the better Liverpool midfielder there. I'm going to make my team tot so far. Nice. Why did you triple captain? Erling Haaland plays West Ham, mate. That's why. That's why. You need Palace defenders. I think in this period of time where they've got so many games coming up in this busy December period, I don't know if I need a Palace defender, to be honest. Jai Reinders, Voltemada, Ekatike for bench boost today. I honestly, even though I'm starting Reinders, I'm really not expecting much, George. So I maybe wouldn't even make that move. I'd go somewhere else. But it's not a double game week. We don't have any double game weeks on the first half of the season. After game week 19's finished, you will get another set of chips. And that's probably when we would save a triple captain for a double game week at the end of the season. So don't sort of think that I need to wait for a double game week, because it's not coming in the first half of the season unless there's sort of adverse weather conditions. But even then, it will probably be rescheduled till after the second half season starts. Morning, Mugs. How we doing, fella? Yes, Charlie lad. Always good to see you, mate. I'm doing good. How are you, mate? How are you? So I can triple captain. You can triple captain. Yeah. From now till game week 19, you need to use your chips. Otherwise, you'll just lose them. So start planning ahead a little bit with it, I would say. Mukele or O'Reilly. Might punt on Cherky. I just know his minutes suck, but the alternative is like Sharda Minte. Sharda's one of my favourite picks this week. if you have the money for Sharda, sorry. Yeah. I'm good, brother. There's nothing better than optimism for a green arrow and your handsome face. Well, yeah, we'll hope for a big green arrow. Do you think Dom starts? Yeah, I do. You can just never tell with what they say in the press conferences. You can just never tell. I do have confidence he will start in the game, though. He's that type of player. He's not just going to sit out. He's been if not Liverpool's best player this season, to be fair. So I think he needs to be starting if he is fit, which I definitely think he will. But we'll see. Wilson or Szoboszlai to buy. I would buy Szoboszlai, but obviously be cautious of the flag. I'm playing Alisson. I just know it's risky. Wondering your thoughts, FPL moves. Alisson. I don't. If you've got him, I'll just do it. Of course he is. Orange Apple also says this Calvert-Lewin guy seems decent. You should bring him in, Mugs. I actually can't believe that for West Ham and Burnley he did nothing for me, and then the past few weeks he's been smashing it. I think my mate last night bought him up front as a cheaper option, so at least someone in my friendships group's got him. You should put Minte in. Should I put Minte in for my bench boost for Szoboszlai even this week? I thought I'd take him out next. You could do, but I think Szoboszlai is a great option, and Minte as well for this week. Minte ever so slightly less. He's been doing a bit poor recently. If you're on TikTok, by the way, make sure you just double tap the screen for me. Give me a few likes to start the live stream off. Kick it off here. Would really appreciate it, guys. Raya or Petrovic? I'd go Raya. Bournemouth can't keep a clean sheet at the moment. But not like an Arsenal, the off chance they do concede. They are the best defence, though, I would still say. Semenyo at the Cunha next week? Yeah, I probably would. Newcastle, you could just wait a week, and then go next week after game week 19. The Cunha move, that kind of makes more sense. I know Sharda is decent this week, but I don't want double Brentford attack, no matter the fixtures. If you don't want to go Sharda, that's fine. I do think he's really great, though. O'Reilly or Matty Cash? O'Reilly. Anfield Phantom. O'Reilly. Villa have this weird kind of thing with Man United where it's like the bogey team, isn't it? I changed Mbeumo to Gravenberch. All right. That's going to save you quite a lot of money, isn't it? Ekitike or Thiago? Thiago this week. Bro, you never answering just as last time. Emil, there's 110 other people in this live stream asking questions. I can't see them all. It just doesn't process fast enough. I'll try my best to see your message when it comes up next, bro. My apologies. Reinders laughing face. I know, Callum. It's a rough one this week, but I want 5 free transfers, my bench boost next week. So I'm just kind of praying he gets some kind of minutes. We'll see. Should I go Voltemada / Thiago out for Ekitike? Emil, I would probably go. Would I go Thiago or Ekitike? That's so hard. I'll probably go Thiago because the fixture's amazing, but he is flagged, so you could go Ekitike if you think there's some doubt there. Mate, does DCL start for Leeds? Yeah. He should do, mate. He should do. I really can't see DCL not playing because Nemecha's injured. Should I bench Thiago? No. Guys, a lot of questions about benching Thiago. If you've got Thiago, I can't see a world where I wouldn't play him, even if he's got that flag. At the end of the day, if he doesn't start, is there really a likelihood of him coming off the bench if he's injured? I don't think so. So, yeah, I think if you've got him, you've got to start him. If you don't have him and you're wondering to buy him, that's a different question. That's a really hard one because Ekitike also is a good option here. Plus, Sharda gives me less flexibility for bench boost, says Orange Apple. Yeah, I suppose so. Who you thinking then, Orange? What's your thought process with it? Because obviously bench boost coming up, there's a lot of consideration and planning put into it. Why not Anderson over Minte? I just really, the fixture for Fulham, I just can't predict what's going to happen. I really can't. With the Brighton fixture, it's at home. My club, Sunderland, we don't do that well away from home. But I do think the game will be open. It's really difficult to say. Plus, Minte will be going against our left-back, who's actually left for AFCON. So we'll probably have... honestly, I don't know who Sunderland are even going to play at left-back. Thanks for the advice, our triple captain Haaland. No worries, bro. No worries. How many points you on? I'm only on 908, mate. So I'm at 1.4 million with triple captain to play this week, bench boost to play next week. If my rank hasn't improved in 2 weeks' time, I've done something wrong, lads. But I think we'll be in a good state in 2 weeks' time. I've just been super patient in recent weeks, and I'm not like being super aggressive. But next week, I'm going all in. Yasif says, where's the message? Enzo, Chalobah, Igor, Thiago for Ekitike, Van Heck, and Harry Wilson. I would make the Enzo and Chalobah move potentially. Thiago, I wouldn't sell. If you really don't think Thiago's going to start, sell him. But guys, it's Wolves. Wolves are shit. They're so bad. Sell Minte and Anderson for O'Reilly and Dewsbury Hall with 2 free transfers left. Dewsbury Hall is injured, mate. Dewsbury Hall's injured. Captain Foden this week. You could do, yeah. You could do. I still think Haaland's by far the best option, but it's a good little differential. Where is Cherky? Not on my team, but I don't mind him as a little punt. I don't. Cherky has the fixtures, says Orange Apple, but someone like Minte has the minutes. The thing with Minte and Sharda is they both have around 0.35 expected goals, expected goal involvements, compared to Cherky 0.67 expected goal involvement. I hope that's his actual stat and you're not just doing the 6-7 mean, Orange Apple. Just even with the minutes, I feel like there's a return. Returns are limited. Yeah, but I think we're looking at Cherky at a much smaller sample size. Fucking Nico in the chat just went, did I just hear 6-7? You guys are all brain rotted, man. But I get what you mean, Orange Apple. I just think it's a much smaller sample size. It is West Ham at home this week, though, so you could just punt it and hope he starts. I think he should start, though, lads. I think he should. What do we all think, Cherky? No, it's his actual stat, lol. I knew it was around there, but I was like, is he just taking the mickey? Yeah, Cherky's expected to start on the left, so we'll see how that goes, eh? Is Saka injured? I haven't heard anything about Saka being injured. I don't think he's injured. No. He's predicted to start. Nothing on my press conference notes. What do you think of the draft mode? I don't play it, Ben. Sorry, it's not really my type of thing. Put a Sunderland player in. I might next week. I might get Enzo Lafay next week, mate. One of my favourite lads who plays for Sunderland. To be fair, I think right now my favourite Sunderland player is Siddiqui. He's just so good, man. He's so good. Isaac says hi. How you doing, Isaac, mate? How long do you haul out for? It's not confirmed yet, mate, but it's not looking great. I suspect we're looking at a minimum of like 2 weeks here. And Bezel says, Raya, Chalobah, O'Reilly, Gahey, Bruno, Saka, Foden, Wilson, Thiago, Ekitike, Haaland. Rating for that team. I'll give it a solid 8. Maybe even a 9. I don't think there's much I would improve. The front three is the best front three in the game right now, I think. How are you feeling today? I'm feeling great, mate. How are you feeling, Braden? How are you feeling? Do you think Arsenal will get a clean sheet? I think they've got the best chance of a clean sheet in most game weeks because of how good the defence is. So yeah, I think we'll go for it. I'm good, bro. That's nice to hear, Braden, lads. Nice to have you back in stream, bro. What do you think of Thiago, triple captain? I wouldn't. I would not. 3 Arsenal defenders and you're giving him 8. No, this is my team, local man. This is my team. Which says a lot about my team. Is Anderson good to start? Yes. Radu says, should I get Palmer and Anderson or Cunha and Wilson? Second option would mean I would have double 90 attack, but it would allow me to get premium defenders instead of Richards, Vandenberg, Raya. I would stay away from Palmer for now until like game week 21. I would stay away from Anderson as well for the time being. So Cunha and Wilson would probably be my route. 1 goal will ruin your week. I know, local man, I know. It's just a risk. It is a risk. What's your current score? 908. Puts me around 1.4 million in the world with triple captain and bench boost still to use. Gonna see how we go in 2 weeks' time. Hopefully, I think we'll break. Would we break 1,000? I reckon we break 1,000 points by next week. I'm not sure this week. Maybe if Arsenal keep a clean sheet. Turkey or rice, Turkey. Thoughts on Saka and Cunha? Both seem expensive for their returns. I think Cunha is brilliant. I wouldn't sell him. Saka, on the other hand, there's a conversation to be had. We'll say that. Especially with the fixtures coming up. How many points did he get last week? I can't see on this screen, but oh no, I can see actually. It was 63. 63. Not the best of game weeks, but Bruno Fernandes, captain, absolutely saved my life last week. I tell you that now. I'm sort of 976 with bench boost. Not confident with my team this week, to be fair, Dylan says. To be fair, Dylan, you're doing amazing as it is. So back yourself, mate. Back yourself. TGK says, hi, Mogs. How you doing, mate? How you doing? If you had unlimited transfers, would you start Minty or Cherky this week? Cherky. There's more upside. Miles more upside. I got the same. I got 63. Nice, man. Is having both Bruno and Cunha a bad choice, says Radu? No. I will have Bruno and Cunha maybe next week, maybe the week after that. I love Cunha at the moment. Well, I mean, we'll see how United get on without Ahmad and Mbeumo, to be fair. How many points did you get next week? Last week, do you mean? Or this week? Last week I got 63. This week I'm hoping Haaland just carries me 100 plus, but we'll see how he goes. I don't think so though. I'm only 943 points, so not doing as good as expected. We're still so early, Liam. We're still so early in the season. Like, yeah, we're getting on, but at the end of the day, not everyone's used the chips. When we get to the halfway point of the season, I think that's when we can look at rank and go, yeah, like this is kind of where we're at. Let's move forward now. What do you think of Foden triple captain? I don't mind it. This is why it's called fantasy football, no CDM. Yes. I mean, Bruno's basically a CDM. You could take that. Yeah, if it was based on actual positions, this team would be terrible. Minte, centre mid. Ooh, don't know about that. I think I'm going to do Doku to Cherky. Says Orange Apple. He's definitely going to be benched now. I don't know. I don't think he'd be benched for the game, but it's sort of a longer term view of him. But you could just transfer him out. You could. I'm hesitating this between Raya and Kelleher. Ooh, I'd go Kelleher. Why not? Jonesy says Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson's really good in FPL, but I don't know. The fixtures coming out are a bit weird for Forest. I think he's brilliant. For the price as well. How do you change formation? You just sub players from your bench onto your starting 11, it should sort of change things. David says, hello, Jackie. First one of the stream, David. Legend, mate. Legend, bro. Triple captain Foden instead of Haaland? Yeah. Go for it. If you really think Foden's going to score more points than Haaland, go for it, mate. Go for it. I just think it's a bit more risky. Just because Haaland's... He's crazy, man. What game is that or something? This is FPL, Jack. Fantasy Premier League. Shalom, Jackie. Nice, man. I get that so much. I also get... What do I get called? Harry Potter. I get called... what's his name? Jim. Sorry, Jim from Friday Night Dinner as well. Put Calvert-Lewin in your team, mate. Don't even start with him. I had him for Burnley and West Ham. Blanks. Benched him the past few weeks. Scores goals. I've sold him. I'm sick of him. I sold him like 2 weeks ago. Last week. I sold him last week. Best Saka replacement this week. If you don't have Bruno Fernandes, Bruno Fernandes. If you don't have Foden, Foden. Apart from that, I'll probably just keep him. Because there's not really any other... There's not really any other... like premium options at the moment. Thiago fitness update. There's not really an update to give apart from where's me notes at for you. So when Keith Andrews speaks about both Thiago and Henderson in this quote, he says both picked up little knocks in game week 16. I don't know yet is the honest answer on how exactly they are. They've been with medics today, which was Friday's press conference. So we'll see how they're going into the game Saturday. So with that quote, honestly, it's hard to tell. It is just a knock, though, for both Henderson and Thiago. He's fine. They just skipped the City game. That's what I think as well. That's what I think. I think it's just a rest. George says, thoughts on Saka to Bruno Fernandes this week? I would definitely do that move. Maybe next week, but this week doesn't feel too bad. Bruno Fernandes for me is brilliant. Wilson remain. Predictions for Sunderland versus Brighton. I think we'll probably draw the fixture 1-1. I think it'll be a 1-1 game. That type of vibe. I'll be honest, Sunderland are going to have a hard time with these AFCON departures. Siddiqui, for me, he makes that Sunderland team tick. Him and Xhaka, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. But Siddiqui's gone. We'll see who plays in the midfield. It could be Gertruda. Could have potentially Dan Neil as well, which I'd like to see, but is it the best decision for the Premier League? Who knows? What's vice captain mean? Vice captain means, so I've got Haaland captain. Let's say he breaks his leg in the warm-up, doesn't play. That means Bruno Fernandes would then be my triple captain, who is probably the second best option in my team. So you always got to put it on your second favourite captain. Team reveal time? Yes, George, please do. Thoughts on Marino? I don't particularly like Marino in FPL. I don't. Is it worth buying a cheap defender to have on the bench so I can save some money? For example, Goodmanson for 3.8. I will check about Goodmanson for you because I'm not fully convinced he will... Oh no, he's back. Yeah, Goodmanson. Yeah. Where am I at? Who should I transfer in from? Wemo, I have 8.6 in the bank. Ooh, 8.6. Let's have a look. Josh says, Moogs, do Thiago and Sobasai start, do you reckon? I think they both start, yeah. Who was asking? I think it was Liam who was asking for 8.6 mids. For me, it would be like Cunha, Semenyo, Cherky you could consider, but it's risky. Bruno G as well, maybe. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting there with that price point. What about Enzo and Anderson? Yeah, they're cheap, really cheaper options, but I'm just going off like the sort of amount of money you have. But Enzo and Anderson are good for that price. I'm 200 points away. Can I catch up? Yes, absolutely. You could, honestly, at this point in the season, you could be, I reckon, anywhere from 5 mil up and still finish first in the world. It would just take an absolute trek. At the end of the day, we're all so close in terms of point totals that if you have one of the best weeks you've had, you will absolutely fly up the ranks. Whereas later in the season, that's less likely to happen. Start Minte, Richards, Anderson, or Mukele, says Seb. I would start Minte and Anderson this week. Bench boost week for me. Let's go, true star lad. Right, George has got his team in. Let's George lad. Hendo, Richards, Timber, Virgil van Dijk, Minte, Bruno Fernandes, Soboslai, Foden, Thiago, Raul Jimenez, and Haaland captain. 2 free transfers, 0.8 in the bank. Mate, you smash it every week. I always like your team, George. I always do. I know we take a bit of a Orange Apple and me take a bit of a laugh with some of the picks sometimes, but you always do have a good team, bro. Could see Kudus cooking versus Liverpool. Yeah, he could. He could. I just don't really like the fixtures or how Spurs are playing. Oh my, yeah. Morgan Rogers and Semenyo captain. Is that good? If you've got Haaland, I would choose Haaland. Because if you don't go Haaland and he goes berserk in a week where he's going to be over 200% effective ownership, bloody hell, it's going to be finished, mate. Get Virgil out, bro? Nah. Got a clean sheet last week, mate. What are you on about? What was your thoughts on the derby last week, mate? Unreal. Just Newcastle didn't want to play us. Simple as the bushard. I'm tempted the triple captain on Semenyo. I don't know if I like it as much as Haaland. In fact, I definitely don't. Look, if you want to go against Haaland, by all means do, lads. But if it goes wrong, you're going to have a really bad time. How's it going, mate? Says Ahmad. How's it going, Ahmad, lad? Nice to have you in, brother. If you are watching on TikTok, by the way, make sure you double tap on the screen. Let's see if we can get to 3k likes. That's our next goal. Is triple captain worth putting on Haaland, or should I wait for next game? I would do it on Haaland this week. What shirt is bro wearing? So look. Bad time over Christmas is not needed. Keep it safe, guys. That is true. You don't want to be going into Christmas and be absolutely devastated that you didn't captain Haaland this week. But by all means, go against him if you want. Best captain picks this week. For me, it's Haaland, then Foden, then Thiago. But the flags put me off a bit. Yeah, I would go there. TK could be up there. That'll be pretty fun, but minutes aren't 100% guaranteed. Is Foden a good transfer? Yes. Absolutely. He's my second best captain this week. Is Welbeck injured? I have heard he's injured, yeah. I have, Luke. I'll give you an update officially on him. So, Hertzler said yesterday that Danny is restricted, but is doing some incredible things. So let's see if he's an option to start. Definitely the issue is not healed. He's still restricted regarding training. He's had some minor issues with his back. Yeah, so if you've got Welbeck, a few issues there. Have you watched Ted Lasso? If you have, what's your thoughts? I've only seen clips on that on TikTok, to be honest, Braden. Honestly, I've probably watched the majority of it on TikTok. It's all right. I think they're doing another one or something soon. So maybe I'll watch it again. Is Thiago available? Yes, AB, I think so. Reinders, question mark. I know. I'm going to take the gamble that he plays, at least. It's West Ham, so we'll see, bro. But, yeah, it is a risk. I probably wouldn't advise starting him. Bro, you cooked, says Tico Chijani. Yeah, I know. We've just spoke about it, Tico. Look, it's a risk I'm willing to take this week. It is, but I don't recommend this. Shalom, Jackie. Bruno G on Cherky. I think Bruno G's more consistent in terms of minutes and stuff, but Cherky is a really fun, high-ceiling player. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I don't know if we keep a clean sheet against a clean shit against Everton. Clean sheet and clean shit are a different thing, but yeah, it's one of them ones where I think Arsenal are the best defence in the league, so we're gonna go for it. But I think maybe next week we transfer out Saliba. Maybe we do. Get ready for Gabriel coming back in a few weeks' time. Would you say Gudmundsson is the best cheap defender, or would you buy Mukele for 0.4 more, or maybe Alderete for 4 mil? Let me double check that for you. Let me see if there's sort of a hidden player I'm not considering here on the top of my head. That shouldn't be the case, so I'm pretty clued up on them. Yeah, I would probably go Alderete. Because I think if you want... It's not guaranteed that Mukele starts as centre-back every game. He could play left-back, right-back. Alderete is guaranteed to start centre-back. So you could go that for defensive contributions. Put in Foden? No. I would have to tear apart my team quite a lot for that. Maybe I get him next week. But yeah, I understand it's a very, very difficult thing to understand. But I do have bench boost next week, and I'm going to have 5 free transfers if I roll this week. So yeah, we're going to go for it. Joe Bartolozzi. Imagine Greenlist scores a last minute. You losing 15 points. It's bound to happen, mate. It's bound to happen. This is FPL. Do you think Wilson is going to slow down soon? Yeah. I think he will. Reinders sub with Anderson? No. I'm going to take the risk on Reinders this week. Is he a good option? No, but he's got West Ham. So I'm going to take the risk on it. I think Anderson concedes. I think he gets defensive contributions, so I'm expecting 4 points from Anderson. We'll see if Reinders matches it or slightly just better. Movember was last month, mate. I thought it was this month. Yeah, I mean, I can't lie. If I shave my facial hair off, which is basically just fluff I've picked up off the floor, I look about 12-year-old, mate. So, yeah. How many points has Kudus got this season? Oh, I guarantee it's 6-7, isn't it? Minty or Wilson? What do you think I should do with Soboslai this week? Keep him. I'm thinking of... Joshua says, I'm thinking of getting Foden in and Wilson for Gakpo and Njai. Didn't save them last week. They're both still good picks. Yeah, I'll go for it. I'll go for it. But, George, you've set off a 6-7 thing in TikTok now. How many points has Kudus? I've already read that. So you think Alderete is worth 0.2 over Gudmundsson? Yes. Soboslai in for Voltemada? Yeah, bench for Voltemada if you want. Is at home though. No, I can't do Turkey, bro. Just isn't gonna play. Is he? I mean, I think he'll play today, but yeah, it's just tough, like longer term with Turkey. It is. Oscar Bob does have an injury though, so maybe that helps a little bit with his minutes. What do you reckon? Bro, where's Michael Keane? No idea, mate. Probably at home. Do you reckon Everton will... Obviously, losing Njai is pretty fucking big, isn't it? So, like, do you reckon that's going to really harm them? You've got Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil sometimes pops off. Who knows? Is there a scenario where one who doesn't have Haaland would Foden be a good captain to pick? Yes. Yes, Giannis, yes. Reinders isn't a starter. That's right, but he could start this week. He's not a consistent starter, but I think this week he could start, and I'm going to take the risk on it. It's a very risky pick. Very risky. What's your rank? I'm at 1.4 mil in the world right now, so I'm not doing very well. But triple captain this week, bench boost next week, and then we'll sort of get into the halfway point in the season. Then I can really analyse like sort of how I'm doing. I do think I'll be well into the top 1 million by using them chips. Obviously, a lot of people have used all of their chips, and I think we can kind of catch up to them a bit or overtake them. Will Thiago be okay? I think so, lads. I think so. I think if you've got him anyway, you've got to play him. It's Wolves. You've got to play him. Hey, bro, what do you think? Chalobah versus Newcastle away or Robinson versus Nottingham Forest? Do you think Robinson is guaranteed a start? Because he did play... Do you know what? Yeah. Robinson, I would say. Orange Apple says thoughts on Saka to Foden, Doku to 8.7, maybe Sharda or someone else. Yeah, if you knock off fun, I could see you doing that. I could see you doing that. Do you prefer that over Doku to Cherky? Yeah, I think I do. Is Aldo Retty a 90-minute player? Yes. What a legend. Do you not fancy the Sharda pick from Night Managers? It's not really on my transfer tips video. That wasn't for my team. That was for a more general FPL fan or FPL player, FPL manager, you could say. I don't have the transfer was Rice to Sharda is a very good option, but Sharda himself's a very good option as well. I can't afford it, Joshua, but I still think Sharda's really good, and so does the night manager's algorithm. Cunha or Ekitike? This week Ekitike. Van Heck or Anderson? If it's Anderson of Forest, I would go Anderson of Forest. I would. Cheers, bro. One more. How about this? Chalobah or Anderson from Fulham? Who would I actually go for there? I would go Anderson of Fulham. I think Whistler starts for Newcastle, and I think he'll do quite well. Triple Arsenal defence laughing first. It is indeed, mate. It is indeed. Bruno G for who? Free transfer and 8.8. Ooh. Semenyo, Cunha, Szoboszlai, Cherky. That type of vibe. Cherky's a risk, of course, but thank you for the rose, mate. Thank you. Cheers, bro. No worries, man. No worries. Hoping for a 12 pointer from Foden this week. Then he would have 6-7 points for me. Bloody hell. If you don't have Bruno Fernandes, then Bruno Fernandes that's 8.7. He is 9.2, 9.3. He's 9.3. Yeah, he's 9.3. Orange Apples found it. When you're as rich as me, you don't look at price tags. An FPL flex. What's going on here? Use free hit this week or next week. Depends on your team. It really does depend on your team, mate. I know it's sort of a cop-out answer, but at the end of the day, it does. Mugs, who would you go for under 8.7? I would probably say Sharda, but there are other options we could say. You've already got Cunha, I think, so he would be out the equation. Semenyo's not bad. Who else is really there? Szoboszlai, but he doesn't feel amazing to bring in with the flag. It would be Sharda, Cunha, Semenyo, Szoboszlai, maybe Cherky if you want to take a risky one. That's sort of what I would say. If you want to send a message, Cowfridge, we're doing the deadline stream today. It's not the team rating one, but if you want to give a little bit of a message, you can. Sobo injured? No. He's got a knock. I think he starts. Should I buy Wilson? Yeah, Wilson's not too bad. I just think he probably won't keep up the form he's currently in with the coming up fixtures. I think the next 3 weeks are good, but after that... Why do you love Sharda so much? 0.31 XGI. I mean, yeah, I understand if we're just looking at that XGI stat, but there's a lot more that goes into decisions for me. Who you're playing, player matchup, history of the sort of fixture, the form of... I could go on. There's a million other things we consider. The Night Manager algorithm, they identify 10,000 data points on average for these type of decisions. They think Sharda's brilliant. Take that how you will, if you like algorithm-based stuff. If you don't, I think Sharda's brilliant, mate, as well. It's just fixtures coming up look good. He's just back from suspension, a nice rest, coming off a bit earlier in the Man City game. I quite like him. Saka or Foden? Start Chris Richards or Joachim Anderson? I'd go Chris Richards. I'd go, even though it's away, they've had a rest, they could do okay. Read the comments. There you go, mate. Just read yours. Neto or Thiago at start. Start Thiago. If you've got him, start him. Voldemar, sell, start, bench. I would. Depends on your team, but if yeah, I'll just sell him. Really depends on your team, though. Don't you think Everton score? No, but they definitely could score. It's not that realms of possibility. I just think Arsenal defence are really, really good. Ruter cheaper than Wilson. Ruter is cheaper than Wilson, but when Danny Welbeck is back, is he guaranteed a start up front? He'd maybe play a bit deeper. Depends. What's Ruter's minutes like? Do you think Thiago will be starting with being an easy fixture? Yes. He didn't start against City. I think that's his rest that he needed. Anderson or Chow to start? I would go Anderson. I sent it over. I can't look at your team at the moment, mate, because it's the deadline stream. But if you want to send a message or something like a question, cow fridge, I can absolutely answer it. I'm 2 mil in the world. Is that bad? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When we get to the halfway point in the season, look at your rank then and go, right, that's how I did in the first half, and then have a goal for the second half. I think by the first half of the season ending, I will be well into the top mil. From there, we can kick on, because I've got 2 chips I'm using this week and next week. Foden as captain over Haaland to gain rank. Yes, you could do. That would be the case if Foden did well. But you have to think it is risky. I'm 16k, is that bad? What do you think, bro? Nah, it is pretty bad, that, like. Nah, it's amazing, mate. Well done. Absolutely smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. 90 and 81 in his last 2. Yeah. I mean, what's his minutes past that, though? How come you never triple captain Haaland against Leeds? Did I use a chip in that week? What week did he play Leeds? I don't know if that was the week I used a different chip. Yeah, I used free hitting last week. That week. He also blanked, I think, against Leeds, didn't he? Did he blank against Leeds, Haaland? I think he did. I'm sad I have a league with my brother. I'm 7 mil. He's 70k. Stupid ass game. There's plenty of time to catch up, mate. Plenty of time to catch up. I'm so stuck on what to do with my midfield. Currently have Sharda, Semenyo, Statch. Need to get rid of Gakpo and then Jai. Was thinking Foden, Wilson. Yeah, Foden, Wilson's a good move. I think Foden, regardless, you're going to have a good time. Will Don play? Yes. Yes. Am I muted? You're not, Bryce, but there's a very busy chat today. I do apologise if I'm missing stuff out. Is Matt to bench Bruno Fernandes? Probably a little bit, but it is harder fixture. Triple captain, Haaland this week or Bruno versus Wolves? I would do Haaland this week. Are you not playing Semenyo or Tavernier? No. Are you playing... No, I've just read that twice. Before that, to be fair, Rita's minutes aren't too bad. In a scenario where you don't have Haaland, would you triple Foden? Yes, I would. If I did not have Haaland for some reason or other, I would. But if you don't have Haaland, you probably should buy him. Do I start Van Heck or Richards? I'd go Van Heck with the home fixture. Also, George, I need bench boost next week. So yeah, that is true with your bench boost. Tete or Igor Jesus to start? Ooh. Igor Jesus, is he like regular minutes? I think he is, isn't he? Is he pretty to start? Yeah, Igor Jesus I'll go for. There's a reason I don't have him, don't worry. Are you doing a challenge? I would if I could. Yeah, if you do like a challenge or if you don't have the money or something, yeah, Foden's fine. Foden's really fine. Shada is shit. Surely I can't. Don't do it, mate. Don't do it. If you don't like him, don't get him. Reinder's starting? I think he could, yeah. If he doesn't, I'm just taking the risk there, you know. Semenyo a good transfer? Yeah, I don't think he's too bad this week. Good fixture. Richarlison and Bruno G to start. Ooh. I'll go Bruno G. I think Newcastle will be much better this weekend. Sorry if you covered it. Did anything come about Thiago? I couldn't see anything specific. It was just the case that him and Henderson had a bit of a rest because of their knocks. We'll see if they start. I think they will. Or at least Thiago, I think, will start. We'll see about Henderson. But again, who owns Henderson in FPL? Will KDB... will Kieran Dewsbury Hall and Jack Greenish start? Kieran Dewsbury Hall's injured, mate. Kieran Dewsbury Hall's injured. By the way, what do you think of triple on Man City, Foden, Cherky, Gvardiol? Yeah, it's not too bad if you're not doing the Haaland thing. No Foden is laughable. For the past few weeks, I've owned him one of those weeks. It's been alright. To be fair, it's not like massively changed my rank not owning Foden. It hasn't. I just don't have the money. I'm on a bench boost next week as well, so I can't really make that many moves, you know. More than alright, but okay, mate. No, I'm saying I had him for 1 week and he was alright. He's been more than alright. When do you do team ratings? If I have time, I normally do them through the week on like a Friday evening. We'll see next week with next week's deadline if I can do one of the streams. Captain Calfridge says Raya, Anderson, Richards, Cash, Shaw, Esteve, Saka, Minte, Semenyo, Rogers, and Buemo, Raul, Jimenez, and Haaland, Thiago. Who to start and sell? I have one free transfer. You need to start Thiago. Will Kevin start now? Players have gone to AFCON? Potentially, yeah. He's looked pretty exciting as well. If I didn't have Haaland in my team, it would make things so much easier for me, but you can't not have Haaland. I mean, you could not have Haaland, but you may get burnt quite heavily with not owning him. Yeah, Shaw's been class. 3 points versus Burnley, 0 points versus Leeds, 2 points for Brighton, 1 point for... I don't know, Mogs. I think that match is just waffling. What's there to shout about? I can't find anything. Wait, if you don't want him, you don't want him. That's fine. Mateta play? I think so, yes. Glasner said if you didn't start midweek, you will start against Leeds. We've heard that from his mouth. He's going to start. Whether he gets past 60 minutes like we've seen in recent weeks is another conversation. And I'm worried about that, in all honesty. But I'm going to take it with the fixture. I mean, who to start from the defenders? I would bench Esteve and maybe Malik Chow. Morning FPL Punk, how you doing? Hope you're well. Team's looking solid. Any worries about Triple R's defence moving forward? Yeah, there will most likely one of them will be sold next week. Good fixtures have started to run out. Obviously, I've had a bit of a thing with the injuries recently. I'm going to be moving one of them on very soon. Or maybe two. We'll see. Glasner released a lineup 2 days ago. He pretty much did, actually. Pretty much. United this week, who have no defenders. Chelsea next week, whose defence isn't great. Oh, you're talking about Morgan Rogers. I don't know with Morgan Rogers. It's a weird one. Morgan Rogers feels like a weird one. If you're on TikTok, make sure you double tap on the screen, by the way, guys. Let's try to get 4K likes. Let's see if we can hit it. Is Thiago playing? I think so. Dubravka, Klein, Cherky, or Verbruggen, Van Heck, Anderson. I would say Verbruggen, Van Heck, Anderson. Much more consistent basis there. Triple Arsenal defence is not the way. Yeah, one of them will be sold next week. This week, I don't think it's too bad. Triple Captain Semenyo, you could. I think Haaland's much better, though. I think Foden's much better. I think Thiago's much better. Actually, no. I would say Semenyo's probably third. I'd say Semenyo's probably third. Sell Mbeumo. Yeah, sell Mbeumo. He's not gonna be. He's not gonna be there. Did you have Mbeumo coverage? You didn't, did you? Oh yeah, sell Mbeumo. Sell Mbeumo. I didn't read out Mbeumo, did I? Who to take? Alpha Voltamada. Don't know who for. Ekitike or Thiago. Ekitike, I think longer term will be quite good. Thiago this week has a really, really good fixture. We'll see how it goes. That team stinks, I can't lie. Thank you so much, Mikey. Legend, mate. Raya or Kelleher? You'd go Kelleher this week. Enzo Lefebvre, a good cheap midfielder. Yes, but he's mainly a rotational bench player. Next week and then in a few weeks' time when we've got a good fixture as well. Triple captain on Gvardiol for me. Oh, God. No. I wouldn't do that. Mateta is secretly super injured. Poor choice, I think. He's not super injured. If he's super injured, that means he wouldn't play. But he does have that little injury knock. He didn't start the week midweek, so he will start this fixture. Whether he gets past 60 minutes is what I'm worried about. But I understand he does have that secret sort of knock thing. Mbeumo 2. Who would you do to? That's a good question. Sell and boombox to who? You could go Cunha. I think it's pretty good. Semenyo, Soboslai, Sharda, Harry Wilson if you want to get cheaper. Gvardiol hat-trick incoming. I cannot see that. I'll be honest, I can't see that. 787 says, should I play Semenyo or Thiago and Petrovic or Raya? I would play Raya and I would play Semenyo. But I would be playing both Thiago and Semenyo. Whatever the decision is there. And Mbeumo to Cunha United fan me. I think it's a good option, especially from game week 19. But you could do something else. Where send teams. We're not doing team ratings, Finn, on today's stream. This is the deadline stream. Tristan sent an elf gift. Thank you very much, Tristan lad. Appreciate that, buddy. What do you think about Harry Wilson? I think the next 3 weeks are good. After that, not as good fixture wise. I think he will slow down, but he's cheap. He's cheap and cheerful. Gvardiol going to score an assist for me as triple captain. I cannot see it. I'll be really honest. I can't see it. Can you help me? Yes, sorry, Finn. I did miss your message before. If you want to paste your message back in, dude, I'll see if I can find it through all the messages. There you go. Finn says Anderson, Raya, Anderson, Gahey, Senesi, O'Reilly, Saka, Foden, Bruno G, Rice, Haaland, Thiago. 3 free transfers. I honestly don't think I would make any moves there. I think I would just keep it as that. Everton goal not scaring you? Yes. Yes. Very much so. I think they'll do well though, Arsenal. I think they'll do well. Finn's in chat. Thank you so much for the gift, Finn. You're a legend, bro. You don't have to send them, mate. Honestly, you don't. But I really do appreciate them. No Lewis Potter. No, it's a very short-term move. Sharda's also back, so... Thank you so much for the gifts, everyone. James with the rules as well. Appreciate that. I really do. Last Christmas, you shat on my chest. What is going on, man, with you, George? George, I should have a George mic and just get you to hype the chat up or something. Is Igor Thiago available? Yes, he's available. Whether he starts is another thing, but I do think he will start. Most you prefer Sharda over Wilson. Why? Yes, I do, but with your situation of bench boost next week, isn't it better for you to go Wilson? For the money. W Finn. Big time W Finn. Finn's the boy. Verts, question mark? I don't really like it. I think I like Soboslai better. Soboslai should be on pens. Should be. We don't know that yet, though. Wilbot's Wands Mugs look into. Is that some Harry Potter reference that I'm not aware of? Ekitike in today? Yeah. Just under an hour now till the deadline, folks. Best defender, any price. Best defender right now. Oh, God. Honestly, I'm not too sure who my favourite defender is right now. Timber's probably alright. O'Reilly's probably the best. Yeah, I honestly, I'd say O'Reilly's probably the best. When the chips reset after game week 19. Get the Icelandic claps going, for God's sake. Really want a second Liverpool player, says Joshua. Got Virgil van Dijk, and Liverpool have great fixtures coming up. I get TK and Szoboszlai, but I can't afford it. Szoboszlai long term for you. Szoboszlai long term is the move for me. He's great. We'll see if he plays though. He might have a bad injury and we're just not being told. Who knows? Free hitting this week. Thinking Jimenez and a Bournemouth defender. I would say the Nottingham Forest defence isn't that bad. I would say Ekitike is the one I would have on a free hit. I would have a front three of Haaland, Ekitike, Thiago on a free hit. I can't afford Sharda and Wilson for bench boost. No, I'm saying you would go Harry Wilson instead of Sharda for your bench boost, just so you have more money. Mateta's a ministress? Yes, he is. It's risky this week, but he didn't start midweek, so he'll start this weekend. We've been told that from Glasner. That's just not me assuming. Szoboszlai is better, but it's not the worst shout I've ever seen. Oh my God, George, you're too quick with it, man. You're too quick with it. Do you think I need to sell Pedro Neto? No, I wouldn't say so. People are saying Thiago still has a shoulder injury, so I doubt he'll play. Do I still play him? I would play him regardless. Nah, I said I can't. I can afford both. You can afford both. Yeah. I mean, it's not... The Wilson move isn't bad. It's just sort of a cheaper one. I think it's still alright. I like Harry Wilson. He's a nice player, man. He's on form. He's got good fixtures. Maybe I'm overthinking it a little bit, but it's a slightly shorter term pick than I would suggest. I put Cherky. That's good. Cherky's alright. He should play on the right. I think Foden will probably play on the left. Cherky will play on the right, and you'll have like Reinders, Bernardo Silva, Nico Gonzalez in the middle. That is probably my predicted forward-ish line for C. I transferred in Wilson or Tavernier as a punt and bench boosting. Tavernier I'd probably go for there if you really want to punt. James Moody sent us Santa's elf. Thank you very much, James. Thank you so much. Maybe I'll buy you a pint later. Maybe I will. What's your top 3 must-haves for FPL? I stay away from the language of essential must-have players. I don't think it's a thing we need to be saying about FPL, because at the end of the day, FPL, you pick your team. You pick who you're happy with. But you do have the players that are very, very good and should be really in your team if you're looking to be a top manager. You don't have to have certain players. I don't have Foden, for example. I've done okay in the last few weeks, and I don't have Foden. He's been doing very well. James sending all the gifts. Tiny Christmas, you're awesome, and a sleigh. Thank you so much. Oh, the sleigh one gets us every time. I don't know why that's a thing. Let's go back to YouTube now. Thiago playing Wolves. He could be missing a leg, and he would still bag. George, you know the score, mate. You know the score. Orange says Sharda or Szoboszlai. I would say Szoboszlai as a longer term move. I would say Sharda's kind of long term as well. If I had to pick between them, I would say Szoboszlai. Also Senesi. Oh, Senesi or Chris Richards or Anderson. This week, you'd have Senesi first. You'd have Richards next, then Anderson. If I do Mbuemo to Cunha, who to bench? Minte, Semenyo, Saka, Rodgers. It would be Rodgers. But then Man United's defence isn't that good. Yeah, it would be between Rodgers and Minte. Should I back Roofs? Feel like another clean sheet is coming. I don't know this week. I think Braden. I think it's one of them weeks with Sunderland where we've lost a Siddiqui, and I just think that's so big of a loss that I'm not entirely sure the clean sheet is guaranteed. You know, low key Vert over Szoboszlai. I mean, if you want a risky one, you could, but I don't really like Vert at the moment. I think we need to see more from him. He should play on the left though, instead of Gakpo. Are you ambitious for Leeds at home? Oh, next week, Stanley said. I would say it's going to be a good game. I think we've seen the likes of Arsenal come to the Stadium of Light, shit the pants, whereas Leeds will come and they'll not be arsed. Do you know what I mean? Leeds have that type of feeling about them. Yes, they're not as good, but like it'll be a really good game regardless. I think Sunderland will edge it, but I'm gonna have to wait and see what we're like against Brighton. How are we gonna perform without Siddiqui, without Ronaldo, without these African Cup of Nations players? We could really struggle. We could, but we're in a good spot. Massive momentum from beating the Mags. Those dirty Magpies. Bro, I have Chalobah, Reece James, and Sanchez. That's a lot, but from game week 21, that's actually really good. Do you think Szoboszlai starts? I do think Szoboszlai starts. I think he'll be sort of the you could say right hand side 10 almost. The dirty visitors, says Nico. Nico, you're on it today, mate. Should I sell Gu to Ekitike and Xhaka to Szoboszlai? Nico, if you can afford that, yes. Isn't it 7 of your summer signings which have gone to AFCON, says Stanley? Yeah, it is, Stanley, yeah. Not all of them play every week, which is something I think people aren't looking at. Of course, Diarra been injured for a very long time now from the start of the season. Yeah, I think people aren't really taking into account that because you've got Taubi, Traore, Siddiqui, Ronaldo, who are really the big ones that we're missing there. The rest, it's kind of like, Mazawaku and Diarra. Right, transfers done. I can relax. What did you make? What moves did you make, Orange Apple? Is there something about delaying games which a certain amount of players away on international duty? I don't think so, James. No, I don't think so. I think we've got Diarra available for Brighton. Yeah, I think we've got Diarra available for Brighton. I don't think he'll play though. Are you sure about triple captain Haaland? Yes. Yes. By far. Sell Gu to Ekitike or Xhaka to Szoboszlai. I would go Gu to Ekitike if you can afford it. That's a really good move for me. Will Timber, Calafiori and Raya all start? Yeah, I think so. I think we'll be back to normal Arsenal defensive lineups now. I think that is what's predicted as well. It's sort of Hincapié, which will take sort of the Gabriel spot. Will Thiago play? Yeah, I think so. Hey bro, is Szoboszlai okay? I think he's okay. I don't think you need to sell him. Where are you ranked in the world? I'm 1.4 mil with triple captain this week, bench boost next week. So we'll see what rank we are after that. But at the moment, I'm not doing as well as I thought I would be, honestly, mate. But I do suspect we'll be doing quite well in a few weeks' time. Chips are overpowered in FPL, man, if you use them correctly. And I've got 5 free transfers on bench boost next week, so we can really go pretty well with it. Vandenberg or Enzo to start. Vandenberg. Orange Apple's final team is Raya, Gvardiol, Anderson, Richards, Cunha, Foden, Szoboszlai, Semenyo, Haaland, Ekitike, Thiago. Mate, your team's so good, man. Your team's so good. Szoboszlai coming in as well. That's really nice to see, man. Of course, there is that doubt there, but I think he starts. Right-hand side 10. Bradley, right back. Calm. 45 minutes to go, by the way, guys, till the FPL deadline. Also, who won the Jake Paul fight last night? Because I have not seen it. Someone tell me. I haven't looked. Who won that fight? Obviously, I know the answer already. Is going to be Joshua. Did he kill him? Is Jake Paul dead now? Has Jake Paul died from Anthony Joshua? Knockout. Oh, what a surprise. No. He broke his jaw. Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny. Paul, coward, kept his distance. I mean, you've got to. I mean, to be fair, you probably get close to him, but you just get rocked. You just get absolutely rocked. You've made my morning, lads. That's some good news. I'll watch that after stream. Bigger ring than usual. Jake ran away as long as he could. AJ finally caught him and snapped his jaw. What was he thinking taking a fight with AJ, man? Are Somersley and Thiago playing? Yes. I think they will play. I think they will both play. Watch it later. He was in hospital, could barely talk. Jesus. Ooh. My team is Henderson, O'Reilly, Richards, Virgil van Dijk, Semenyo, Gravenberch, Bruno, Foden, Ekatike, Thiago, Haaland, triple captain. Nico, that's a very good team. What are you doing over Christmas? Not much, to be honest. I'm out tonight, having a meal with the boys. A few pinties. And then for Christmas, I'm not really doing too much, to be honest. It's crazy Jake took the fight, £20 rate. Yeah, I don't understand either, but it's the money, mate. It's the money. Why Bruno versus Aston Villa? It's Bruno. Bruno's really good. Set my team on DMs. Can you give me some tips? This is my deadline stream today, bro, so I'm not doing team ratings. But I do normally do team rating live streams, normally once a week if I've got the time. I'll probably try one for game week 18. You think Soboslai will play? Says Harry. Yeah. Which defenders should I start in order? Virgil van Dijk, Timber, Gvardiol, Guehi, Senesi. I would have the order as Gvardiol, Timber, Virgil van Dijk. Would I play Guehi over Virgil van Dijk? No, I wouldn't. I would basically have the three defenders I would start as Virgil van Dijk, Timber, Gvardiol there. Double Palace defence. I'm not as keen on the Palace defence at the moment with the amount of games they're having to play, but a lot of them were rested midweek, so I think they'll be a bit better. If Everton score, you're cooked. I am. You're absolutely right, Charlie lad. I do like the Arsenal defence, so I think they're really good. I think I'll probably sell one of them next week, or both of them next week, though. We'll see how that looks. Is Emi Martinez ruled out? He's not fully ruled out, but he still has that issue. I believe. I have Calvert-Lewin and Nketiah on my bench. Which one do I play? Ooh. Honestly, I'd probably play Calvert-Lewin if you wanted to play one of them. Nketiah's quite fun, though, if you want to. But he might not start Nketiah. You might see, like, Uche and Pino left and right. I'm packing roofs. I'm deluded. No, you're not, Braden. You just love him. You just love him. Should I do Phil Foden or Bruno Fernandes? Phil Foden this week. Did you triple Haaland? Yes, I have. Do you know what? I'm actually going to double check my team. My team is saved, just in case FPL kind of knacks up. It should be okay, though. Right, let's see if that's saved. Yeah, triple captain Haaland. Perfect. Is 86k a good rank with triple captain to play this week? James, absolutely, mate. You're smashing it, bro. Smashing it. Bruno or Saka for this week? Probably Saka this week, but Bruno longer term is much better than Saka. Much, much better. Vandenberg have a clean sheet, bro. It's a good fixture. Predictions for the Man City West Ham game. I think City just have a really fantastic game. I can't see a world where West Ham do anything. I think West Ham could score. City do just sometimes leak a goal or two, but I think City will be brilliant. I really do. We'll see how things go, but I think it'll be a high scoring game in the regards of City, and then West Ham getting 1 or maybe 2. West Ham. A lot of people think West Ham are like really shit. They are really shit defensively, but going forward, sometimes they're okay and fluid. But with City, it's hard, man. Burnley sent back to Steve or Calvert-Lewin. Who do I sub on? Calvert-Lewin. What do you think of Morgan, Rogers or Tavernier and Chalobah or Senesi? Senesi, I would say straight away. Morgan Rogers with that one. Alex, I think there's just a little bit more to him. Sunderland 2 points off top 4. Absolutely mad since we were in the last championship last season. I know. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. From watching Dan Ballard's header in that semi, like, unreal. Silburn has just commented Curry because I'm slightly brown. That is racist. You are getting reported, mate. I'm not even, like, from that type of, like, Asian country. You are racist, mate. Fuck you. Reinders has been regarded as one of City's not-so-great signings so far. Less points as of recent. Yeah, it's a risky one this week, James, for me to start him in FPL. It is. I completely understand that. I'm also doing triple captain for Haaland. Good choice. Yeah, it is. Thoughts on Semenyo? Semenyo's good this week. He just looks really good as well. Just like eye test wise. I think with Semenyo obviously not going to AFCON now, people weren't really expecting him to like have him at this point in the season, but I think he's a really good option. What are your plans with Szoboszlai? Play him and just hold him for a long time. I think he'd be really good. Mateta won't play more than 60 mins. I don't know about that. I think he'll play more than 60. Obviously, it depends game state and injuries and stuff. But he didn't start the weekend. He didn't start midweek, so he is going to start this weekend. We'll see how that looks in terms of minutes. Though I do agree it's a risky one. Will Lewis Potter start? He could on the right hand side with Dango being away. He could. Why does everyone persist with Van der Ven every week? Because he's a good option, Jamie. He got me a clean sheet last week. Yeah, Virgil van Dijk's... Virgil van Dijk, I was something about there. Virgil van Dijk's points aren't even that bad. They're just not. And he's got great fixtures coming up. I don't see him as a bad option, if I'm being honest with you. I think there's way too much emotion around Liverpool and sort of their form. Take it away. Look at the fixtures, look at the data. Liverpool still are a decent team, like realistically. If you had already used triple captain, would you go against Haaland captain? No. I would captain Haaland if I didn't have the triple captain, and I would just play the effective ownership game for this week because the risk around not captaining Haaland and him going nuclear on a triple captain week, it's devastating to your rank. It is absolutely devastating. Just because of the sheer popularity of the chip, it's crazy. Szoboszlai or Virgil van Dijk to start. Szoboszlai, I would probably go for the more higher upside, and I think Virgil could definitely concede. United squad missing Mbeumo and Diallo. Can Fernandes carry the squad right now? I think he always will carry the squad. Whether they will be as good going forward is something I'm worried about. So we'll have to wait and see. I do think that I am planning to get Cunha very soon. But if they're not looking as good, maybe it's not that of a great move. Thank you for the gift, bro. Nice to see you, man. I think that is Georgie boy. Should I play Chalobah? You could do it. Away at Newcastle's always a hard game, but you could do him. You could. Ooh. Is Adam Smith from Bournemouth a good defender choice? Yeah, I don't think I'd go there. I don't think I would. Layman's over the Rav creating net for me this week. One's just conceded 4. The other player's a team that scored 4. I'm completely cooked. I would go Layman's and hope and pray. There's going to be goals in either game, bro. I'll be honest, MMA clips. I'll be really honest. Captaining Palmer today, taking the risk of differential Haaland captain. Let's go. Chips, you are cooked. You are cooked, bro. I mean, go with whatever you want, but if that goes wrong, seriously, that will hurt. I'll come back next week and you'll be all shocked with Foden. We'll be right with the triple captain pick. No, he's a really good captain this week. It's just I think Haaland's a bit better. That's it, bro. It's not a bad captain, you know what I mean? But I hope it goes well for you, man. I hope it does. Realistically, I hope it doesn't because I don't own Foden, but I do wish you well. I do. Gmares Acuna. I'm about 800k, to be fair. Going broke. Mate, you're doing well, Chips. To be fair, 80k and you're captaining Palmer. If this goes wrong, this could put you to 800k or even lower if you go with Captain Palmer, Chips. I can't lie to you, bro. Are you sure it's a good idea with what? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Why are you benching Anderson? Cause I was going to bench Reinders, but I think he could start. So I am praying to the Lords. I do think Anderson concedes as well. Don't worry, if it does go well, I'll be the only one with triple captain him. I think a lot of people will, you know. I think a lot of people will have Foden triple captain. I think they will. Clive at Semenyo. Semenyo's just better. Just better. Is Welbeck going to play? Yeah. Welbeck seems to be injured with a back problem. He's progressing well, but he's in sort of restricted training, which means he's not in full training. He's kind of being protected a bit. Is Saka good this week? He's okay this week. I don't know what it is with Saka. I'm never as keen on Saka in FPL because of how much he is and how sort of little his output is normally. Braden says, Roof's assist today, calling it now. Do it. Come on, Roofs, you can do it, man. Shafiq says, Soboslai out Semenyo in, you won't regret it. I will regret that, I am not doing it. Soboslai is a long-term move for me. Semenyo is not that for me and my team. I do think Semenyo will do better than Soboslai this week, but longer term, I'm not as sure. What about Mateta in terms of if he plays only 60 or if he plays 90? Blanks, are you selling? Frustrated with him? Recently, so my thoughts with Mateta right now is it's week by week analysing what we expect his minutes to be. I suspect his minutes will be over 75 to 80 this game week because of the fact Glasner rested the entire squad in the midweek fixture. Mateta came on for like 10 minutes at the end. I don't know. I think we'll go for it and just keep him. This is a terrible team. Don't listen to him. That's right, Chris. It is a terrible team. Don't listen to me, guys. It's a 1 week punt, bro. Semenyo double digit. More than Soboslai, you will get a yellow card against Spurs. Shafiq, I'm not about 1 week punts, bro. This is the 38 game week game. I don't want to make rash decisions, especially with my bench boost next week where I don't want Semenyo. That's just how I'm feeling. Are you going to the Sunderland game? I'm not, mate. I'm out. I'm out seeing my mates today for like a Christmassy meal type thing. I'll be watching it before I go though. 100%. Obviously, it's not on the telly, so I don't know how I'll be watching it like. But I'll be watching it. Triple captain Haaland or Foden. Definitely Haaland, but Foden's a good option. Eloise says, do I play Van der Ven or Michele? I'd go Michele. Van der Ven for me is not a good FPL pick whatsoever, only because his defensive contributions aren't good. Spurs' clean sheet potential isn't good. There's nothing really to him as an FPL pick that I think's warranted. Apart from sort of that 23-point he scored a while ago. So I really don't like Van de Ven that much at all. Triple Arsenal fence, madman. I am a madman. Mateta's next 3 fixtures are good. Palace seem to be rotating in Europe. Yes, that's why I'm keeping him. I'm also on bench boost next week, and Mateta's got a great fixture. Thiago on the bench, news just dropped. I don't think it has, but let me know the article you've read that on. Do I bring in O'Reilly and play a back 4 and bench Anderson of Fulham? Debating on this one. I'd buy O'Reilly regardless. Szoboszlai is genuinely out, mate. I haven't seen anything all world, but if you've got an article I can look at, I'd be more than happy to right now. That'd be no problem for me. But if Szoboszlai is out, he plays. He didn't play today. Does he play today? No, he plays later today. Szoboszlai is out till January at least. Where have you seen that though? Where have you seen that? Very poor team, that. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. Didn't he pull his hamstring? No, that's. Oh, I think you might be. Are you talking about Kieran Dewsbury Hall? Kieran Dewsbury Hall had a hamstring injury, bro. He could be out till January. Is that what you're thinking of? How do you? I'm talking about Szoboszlai. He didn't have a hamstring injury. It's his ankle. Little Bri says, how do you feel about a trip to Italy later? Yeah, mate, let's do it. What time we're going? He's injured, that's why I haven't bought him. No, he's got a knock. He's not out till January. That's not confirmed. Little Bri says 6 o'clock for Italy. Yeah. We'll go Italy at 6. Fuck it, let's go. Yeah, we'll do it, man. Right, boys, I'm going to Italy at 6 o'clock, so we're doing it. Ryan is on the bench. Pep confirmed. Do you want to send us the article, Mark? I'll be happy to look at it. Because from my press conference notes, it doesn't say anything regarding anyone being benched, to be honest. It just says Jeremy Doku and Oscar Bob are injured. Anfield sector on X. Oh, let's go. Let's have a look. Oh, well, thank you for send that through, man. Anfield sector. We'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look. Oh, I've spelled that wrong. Anfield sector. 3 days ago. 3 days ago. We've heard from Arnie Slot since then. Yeah, I don't think he's Anfield. But yeah, I don't. I don't know if that's full on. Picked up the player of the month. I mean, we've heard from Arnie Slot since then about Szoboszlai, mate. Do you know what I mean? Are you starting Thiago? Yes. Why do you keep Mateta? He's got good fixtures coming up and he was rested midweek. We're going week by week with him, though. We have to keep an eye on him. If he doesn't get good minutes this week, he could be a sell. Ryan's on the bench. We don't know that. We do not know that. Who should I put in for Saka? Bruno Fernandes, Phil Foden. Best ones for me. Why are starting Thiago? Because I think he starts. If you don't think so, sell him. It'd help me because I'm going to get more points, hopefully, if he starts. No, but all seriousness, I do think Thiago, Szoboszlai, then players start for me. Triple captain, Haaland or Foden? Haaland. Worth doing Welbeck and Saka to Ekitike and Semenyo? Yeah. I do think so. Just saying because I don't, if he's injured. I think he plays. I don't think Thiago's not going to start. If you don't fancy him, don't go for him. Is Mukele a decent rotation defender? He's cheap, under for 4.3 and bench boost next week. He has Leeds at home. I think Alderete is a better Sunderland defender right now than Mukele because of the AFCON changes. Harry Wilson over Minte. This week I'll probably say no. In form-wise, definitely. Mogs, people are telling me to roll instead of buying Cunha, bench Minte or Rodgers. I'd probably bench Rodgers. I mean, you're going to have to sell Mbeumo at some point. And you're going to have a lot of money. It's a week where people do have good fixtures. You could make a move. You could roll, though. So it's completely up to you, bro. Whatever you think's best. Reinders won't play. I think he will. It's one of them things where it's a risk with the West Ham at home fixture. If he doesn't play, doesn't play. But if he does, hopefully we're in for a good game week, you know? We'll see, though, guys. I understand the risk there. Best midfielder under 7.9 outside of Cunha, Semenyo, Cherky, Soboslai. And who else do I like? Sharda. I've done Thiago, Raul, Haaland. Nice. I've triple captain Haaland this week. Ekatike next week versus Wolves. I would not triple captain Ekatike next week against Wolves. I would do it on Haaland. I think it's much more reliable. Mbeumo to Cunha and bench Rodgers, or roll, or keep Mbeumo and bench him and start Rodgers. You could just roll if you want a bit more time to decide, Calfridge, but yeah. Sharda versus a low block, nothing worse than. I think longer term Sharda is a really great option. Still, this week's brilliant. It's not necessarily always a low block, to be fair. Thoughts on no Haaland from next week? I don't like it. I'm chasing rank. If you chasing rank, you've got all season to do it. We're really early in. We're not even halfway through yet. Rodgers triple captain United league chances. It's very risky. It's very, very risky. Lads, I've slept in. Well, you've got 20 minutes to make your team, Connor. Get working. Reinders hasn't been good since like game week 1, mate. He scored against Fulham, but he's been on my bench for a very long time, Mark. This week, I hope he starts. It's a really good fixture. I think with the Doku's injury, Oscar Bob's injury, Foden pushed out wide, Cherky out wide, I think he could start. How are we doing? I'm doing good, Connor. I'm doing good. What you doing with your teammate? Because you've not got long to make it. What would you recommend having Eze or swapping him for someone like Cherky? I don't like Eze at the moment because of his expected minutes. I would move him on. To who that would be is your choice, but Cherky is an interesting pick this week. Saka out for Semenyo or Cunha. Ooh, I think Cunha longer term, but this week it would be Semenyo with that fixture. To be fair, I probably would go Semenyo anyway, because we don't know how United are going to play without Mbeumo and out Ahmad. Particularly without Ahmad. Ahmad's much better than Mbeumo. Like in terms of how the system works. And Mbeumo for me, it looks like he plays with Timberland boots on. He does my head in. He has like little bits of good things, and then it does me head in. I don't know. Max, how you doing, Max? Triple defense on Arsenal. You sure? Yeah. I am on bench boost next week, though, so I will probably move one or two of them on. It's just I'm saving my transfers for that bench boost. Doing good, mate. That's nice to hear, Max. That's nice to hear. I got rid of Welbeck for Bowen. He's massive minutes risk at the moment. Yeah, I like that. Do you reckon I should triple captain Haaland now or Bruno versus Wolves and give it 19? I have the same decision, Charlie, and I've chosen to go with Haaland this week. I think there is a bit of uncertainty around how Man United are going to be now Ahmad and Mbeumo have left for AFCON. So I think I would go with the more knowing outcome, the more probable outcome of Haaland. Thiago played, yes or no? I would play him, yes. I swapped Voltemada for Ekatike. That's one of my favourite transfers if you do want to sell Voltemada this week, by the way, guys. Max is absolutely smashed up with that one. I think Ekatike looks great for me. He really does. Great fixtures coming up as well. Hall replacements, bro. For defenders, I don't mind Brentford defenders or Brighton defenders. If you can afford them, I would say O'Reilly is my favourite defender at the moment. No Hall, the midfielder. What? Punch prediction. Let's have a look, bro. Sorry. I'm just going to get my notes up so I can help you a bit more. Oh, Dewsbury Hall. I thought you were on about, like, someone at, like, defender Lewis Hall. Dewsbury Hall is injured. You're cooked without Foden, mate. We'll see, George. We'll see. But I'm not feeling great about not having Foden. Switch Reinders with Foden. Yeah, absolutely. Just give us, what, 4 point something more million? Which I don't have. 20 minutes. 20 minutes, guys. He's absolutely right. Braden smashed it with the time in there. 20 minutes to go. Should I do Mbuemo for Bruno Fernandes or Thiago / Voltemade at TK? Pardon me. I think Thiago starts. I would keep him. I'd do Mbuemo to Bruno Fernandes, Connor. Mateta stinks up every game. Recently he has because of the lack of minutes. Good team though, lads. Should do well. We'll see, George. We'll see. I think the triple captain will probably save the team if it does go bad, but I don't know, George. No Foden does feel terrible. I just don't have that money. I just don't have the money. That's a 65 point a team at least. Hopefully Haaland himself gets 65 points. We'll see. I think it'll do okay, this team. I think it'll do okay. There are a few like risky ones where I'm like, I don't know about these picks and this pick, but you think you use bench boost this week or leave it? Depends on the team, Deans. It really does. Is your bench strong? Is your 11 strong? What are the fixtures like? It's massively team dependent, bro. I can't really give an answer. But next week I am bench boosting because there are some good fixtures to target there. Joe says, should I -4 to get O'Reilly in and Ekitike, sell Timber and Watkins for them? I would do that, I think, yeah. Why are you going triple Arsenal? Because of the best defence in the league. I'm selling probably one of them or two of them next week. Does my team look okay? Raya, Virgil, Senesi, Gehi, Guardiola, Shada, Semenyo, Soboslai, Foden, Haaland, Mateta. Rough bench, though. Dubravka, Starch. Yeah, that looks fine, Joshua. It really does. Will Soboslai start or is he injured? I think he starts. Zafran's in chat. How you doing, Zafran? Zafran, you've got 17 minutes till the deadline, bro. Make sure you get your team locked in. Minte will do nothing against Roofs, hopefully. I mean, even though I own Minte in FPL, I hope Brighton do terrible. Like, I don't care. Sunderland till I die, man. Sunderland till I die. Cherky's alright, yeah. Bit risky with minutes, but we'll see how he gets on. Oscar Bob's injured, so there's not as much rotation there. I prefer Ekitike short term though. Let me check who can I afford in the midfield if I bring in Ekitike. You could go like Soboslai or someone. If Thiago doesn't play, what can we do? You will get someone on your bench. Who should I start? Anderson or Voltemade? I would probably go Anderson, just with like Wissa coming into the system now. Thiago being a pen merchant. I mean, hopefully he's a pen merchant. I'll take it all day. He is really good in terms of his numbers, though. Would you keep that striker in? Would you keep it? I don't know what you're asking there, mate. Sorry, DRT. Should I get Thiago? I think I would rather get Ekitike this week than Thiago. Longer term, but massively sort of swingy, that decision. You could just go Thiago and then sell him soon if you really wanted to Ekitike move. 16 minutes to go, guys, to the FPL deadline. Make sure you double tap the screen on TikTok. Let's get 4K likes this stream. Come on, guys. What about Gehi? Nice fixtures ahead. Yeah, he should play every single game. I think yeah. Bench boost even with Soboslai and Thiago yellow. Depends on the rest of your bench game, but I think they both start, so I would say yes. You want to keep ignoring my messages or what? Yes, EJ, with that attitude. There is 100 other people in this live stream all messaging. I can't read them all at once. I really do apologise, man. But let's be nice about it, man. Hopefully you understand. This is a lot of messages coming up here. Thiago to start this week or no? Yes. Well. Yes, Joe, lad. Joe, give us a prediction for my team this week. Come on. You always do well. Chalobah, Anderson, Gehi for defence. Yeah, it's not too bad. Chalobah is a bit of a risky one. Anderson, I'm not as keen on either, but they could still do very well. Bro, Voltemade or Anderson midfield. Anderson in midfield. Anderson in midfield. Virgil Gahey, Coyote. I like Gahey. Mid-table grab a goal, but no, Joe, don't say that, man. Don't say that. Do chips reset before or after game? After. Reinders will grab yourself an assist. I'll take that from a Reinders. I'll take that. Mugs, I need help. Tavernier or Cherky? I'll probably go Cherky, George. I'm triple captain this week. Should I go on Haaland or Foden? I would go on Haaland. Just wondering why you call yourself Mogs. It's my nickname from my mates. So that my nickname is Mowgli. So therefore my nickname is Mogs. Therefore FPL Mogs. Really basic, but that's just how it's came about. Do you really think Thiago will start? Yes. One Everton goal and you're finished, brother. That is true. Is Dewsbury Hall definitely out? Yes. Mowgli as in the band? No. Mowgli as in the Jungle Book character. that is literally my nickname from my mates. O'Reilly or Saliba? O'Reilly. Should I transfer in Gabriel once he's fit for Virgil Munoz? We'll see when that happens. We'll see what week he could be back. Petrovic or Henderson? Petrovic, I'll go for. Calvert-Lewin versus Thiago. Play Thiago. Absolutely play Thiago. Calvert-Lewin's okay this week, but Palace should have a full strength team here. Will Marino start? That's a rough one to call. I can check a predicted lineup, but I'm not entirely sure it's going to tell me the full story here. He's pretty to start up front, but it could be anyone, man. It could be anyone up front. What week are you bench boosting? Next week, James. So I'm using back-to-back chips. It should just propel me forward, which I'm really excited about. Marino will not start. He could start up front. He could, but I'm not entirely sure. You're going to be on 9-7-6 after this week. I'll take that. That's not too bad. Is Welbeck starting? Apparently he's injured. No Salah. Liverpool will lose. I think they've looked better without Salah starting, to be honest. How many points are you on this season? 908. So I'm not doing very well. But again, I've still got 2 chips to use. So we'll kind of wait to see how these chips go, and then we'll look at my rank. But I think it'll take me far into the top mill. We'll see. Will Reinders start? I think he starts. Yes. 12 minutes to the deadline, folks. Should I start Van Heck versus Sunderland or bench him? I think starting him's fine. Does the transfers reset to 0 after you don't use them for 5 free transfers? No. So 5 free transfers is the cap. You can't have any more than 5 free transfers. So let's say you roll your transfer while having max transfers. You will not get 6 transfers. You will stay at 5. If you use all of those transfers, you will just go back to gaining 1 per game week. I'm thinking of Voltemada to Ekitike this week, then do Timber to O'Reilly, and can afford Mbeumo to Bruno. Brilliant, Connor. You figured it out, mate. That's really good. With Ekitike being a short enough punt. Yeah. No, Connor, that I do think that's a good set of moves. Because you can avoid Aston Villa and maybe Newcastle for Bruno there. I would personally go Bruno next week with the home fixture. 4K likes. We've hit it, guys. 4K likes. Got 10 minutes to the deadline. We'll see if we get 5K, eh? Let's see if we get 5K likes. Double tap that screen. Why have you still got Reinders? He's been on my bench for a long time. He's a good enabler. I rarely play him. This week I am, though. I'm going to bench boost next week or the week after. I have Munoz, who's red flag. Should I take the short or long term with budget of 6 million? I would put in O'Reilly if you don't already have him. Zafran. You could just keep him on your bench and make the move next week. Really depends. Because next week you got your bench boost. You could just bench him and then bring someone in next week who you know for sure is good. Still have all chips other than triple captain. How should I use? Honestly, we're basically at game week 19. You're going to have to use a chip in 17, 18, and 19 to get the full effect from them. We've got 10 minutes to the deadline. If your bench is good, I would use bench boost this week. From now onwards, it's probably free hit then wildcard in 19. But it's a bit late to be thinking about chips 10 minutes to go now with the deadline. Owning both Thiago and Welbeck feels risky with injuries. I want one gone for Ekitike. I would go Welbeck out. Verton is a differential. Good luck, bro. Martinez or Petrovic. Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson's alright, yeah. He's in great form, but I think his fixtures kind of run out in like 3 weeks or 2 weeks' time. Bench all red flags plus one transfer. Thiago in my lineup. What should I do? I think you just sort one player on your bench and at least you got a bit of cover. Joshua says, as a Liverpool fan, excited to see us without Salah. Eventually he's going to go, but got to see how we play without him. That's true. Is there another option? I want a differential defender. Let's have a look, Zafran. Let me have a look for you, bro. In terms of a differential, I mean, O'Reilly's only owned by 10%. That's fine. That's a differential as is. Bench boost of doom. This ain't a bench boost. Bench boost next week for me. Gonna risk getting Captain Semenyo instead. Oh, I don't know if I like it, but good luck, bro. Is Minte a good player off the bench if Thiago ain't fit? Yeah. Mateta's a dead pick. We'll see after this game week because he's had a good rest this week. But if that injury still persists, he will be going soon. Maybe next week, actually, for Ekitike. Start Rice or Cash. Ooh. Cash on that right-hand side. Oh, right. I would maybe say Rice. A bit of a baseline. I feel like Foden is a must. I don't know. I can't afford both Bruno and Foden in my team, and Bruno's been really, really good. I don't know. I don't feel like he's an absolute must, but I agree he's a very, very, very good player at the moment. But he's not like drastically changed my rank because I've got Bruno Fernandes. I just wish I had more money. Sobasai 100% playing. I wouldn't say 100%. Also, nice name, Corey. That is my name as well. I do think he'll start though, mate. I do. Wilson or Tavernier? Wilson. I think I'm going to start Rice. Yeah. I like Rice as a player, but in FPL I'm not as keen on him at the moment. I still think this week he's okay. Should I play Rodgers or Raul Jimenez? I would play Rodgers. Would you play Gahey or Calvert-Lewin? I would play Calvert-Lewin. I think Palace concede. But they have had a full rested squad, so how do you think they'll cope with the Leeds away fixture is really how you should answer that. I should answer that question. I think it'll be a hard game for them. Ellen Road's a hard place to go to. But if you think Palace can deal with that, you start Gahey. If you don't, Calvert-Lewin. Senesi or Gusto? Senesi. Would you play Voltemade or transfer him out? I'd transfer him out. I think the uncertainty with Wissa and Voltemade in both of their minutes at the moment is enough to put me off, even with Voltemade just being terrible. By the way, Voltemade, what a signing that is for Sunderland. Jesus. Take Mateta out and put Uche or Sarr. Sarr's not available, I don't think. I think he's injured or currently at AFCON. Uche could play though, but I think he's will be more used as a winger. But Glasner did say if you didn't start midweek, you will start against Leeds. Mateta didn't start midweek. He's going to start against Leeds. If Glasner's lied to me, then we're going to have real problems. What formation do you think is best? Many content creators use 5 mids. It depends who you got. Really depends who you got on your team. Sell Welbeck or Thiago? Sell Welbeck. What a signing. Yeah, Voltemade, what a signing, man. To be fair, he has been a good signing, but for Sunderland, hey, 1 goal, 1 game. Reinders over Foden / Cherky? No, Foden's miles better. I just don't have the money, bro. I'll be honest with you, I just don't have the money. Mukele, Raul, Rice, or Chalobah. Can't decide who to start. I'd start Rice and Raul. I think the order there would be Rice, Raul, Mukele, Chalobah. I have many differentials. Once again, top 400k, bro. Joe, you're absolutely smashing it, mate. Absolutely smashing it. Let's go, bro. Anderson of Altamada. Anderson. For me, I think Wissa's the much better option up front for Newcastle now. He needs minutes in his legs. I don't know. You could easily play both of Altamada and Wissa, but I don't know how that would look for Newcastle. How many points did you get for last week? I got 63 last week. Not that good of a game week, but Bruno Fernandes, captain, saved my life. Is Thiago fit? He's got a knock, but I think he starts. 4 minutes now to the FPL deadline. Just about to go 4 minutes. What do you think about captaincy on Foden? I don't mind it, but I do prefer Haaland ever so slightly. He is the best goal scorer in the world. Simple. Him and Kane and Mbappe, just clinical. Like he's just nuts. What a player. Isn't Wissa at AFCON? No. He didn't end up going because he was injured, so he didn't get selected. I've got Sharda. Sharda's great. I like Sharda a lot. Longer term, I think he's quite good. Well, short and long term, quite good. Anderson of Altamada. Anderson, Noah. Anderson for me. Wissa could easily start this week. Just went through your previous game weeks. Game week 11 wasn't the best. Game week 11. Honestly, I can't remember game week 11. Game week 13 was very good, though. That really boosted me up a bit. Punt on Cheeky. Cherky, do you mean? Cheeky. Yeah, Cherky's a good punt. You're so cooked if Arsenal concede? Yeah. What's your FPL name? FPL Mugs is just my channel name. Doku and Juve out. Wilson and O'Reilly with Haaland triple captain. Locked and loaded. Let's go, world. You're ready. With 3 minutes to go as well. Punt on Mount. I actually don't mind a punt on Wout. Wout? I was about to say Wout Weghorst. Mount. It is just super risky, SL. It is just super risky. I prefer a punt on like Acuna, for example, but I understand that. 86th in your league. Let's go, Braden. Stop ignoring, bruv. I'm not, mate. It's just a lot of people in the chat today. Your first sub should be fine if Szoboszlai is out regardless. Yeah. I don't particularly like Enzo. Sorry for the misinformation. I thought he was out. My bad. No, there's just a lot of news going around. I think he could still be out, world. But from what we know, it could be all right. To be fair, I think with the Mason Mount shout, Connor, he's actually been pretty good recently, which has been really interesting. Van Dijk, Szoboszlai, or Minte, or Granit Xhaka pick 2. I would start Szoboszlai and Van Dijk. Like latest video, please. No, sorry, bro. I'm on stream. I don't have a phone right now. Newcastle have 0 defense. They do, yeah. You're right. You are absolutely right. Right, we've got literally a minute and a half to the deadline, guys. Go sort your teams out right now. I'm going to try get as many questions answered as possible. Thiago not in the squad. You don't know that. Send me the article. Triple Captain Haaland, yes. Any cheap defenders under 5 mil? Gehi, Keane, Ballard, Alderete. Team locked in. Let's go, bro. Start Anderson or Szoboszlai. I'd start Szoboszlai. Should I take Thiago out? No. Play him. Even if he's out, you've took the chance against a Wolves team. You're always going to want to take that chance against Wolves. They are terrible. I put Foden in. Let's go, Harris, lad. Truff against Burnley. Anderson against Forest. Richards against Leeds. Bench 1. I would bench Anderson versus Forest. I think Fulham concede. I really do. Right, quick fire questions. Come on, guys, fire them. You've literally got a few seconds to the deadline. Make sure your team's saved. I'm making sure my team's saved. Get your team saved now. By the time you ask your question, Your chat will be delayed. You will not get my answer in time. Save your FPL teams. Go, 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 go. Just come back after. Come back after. Do it now. Go. Go, go, go. And that's the deadline. That's the deadline. Deadline hits. Thiago not in squad. Mix. Send me the article that says that. You just keep saying it. There's no... Why would I believe you? Deadline here. Deadline is here. Anderson, Guehi, or Hincapié. The deadline has passed, Morgan. The deadline has passed. All over Twitter. Okay, let's have a look at Twitter. Let's see. I've scrolled 6 times and it's not on Twitter. It's not on Twitter. Only wide enough out. I thought so. It's just not real. Imagine, like, I scroll one more time and it's just like an official Brentford statement. Yeah, but who do you think I should have started? Anderson, Guehi, or Hincapié? Hincapié. My order would be Hincapié, Guehi, Anderson. So the inverse of what you think. Had. Why Minte? He's a good option. He's a good option. I need to see Jake Paul getting his face smashed in. We'll have a look after. Why has everyone got Van Dijk? He's a good option. Everyone has this emotional bias thing with Liverpool, which I think's silly. You just got to pick players who get FPL points, and Van Dijk does that. Haaland is going to blank, by the way, mate. Oh, is he? Ah. Why didn't you tell us before the deadline? Patrick, I'm fuming at you, mate. If you knew that information, why haven't you told everyone? We're all gonna waste our triple captains. Virgil van Dijk is gonna start twerking again. I hope he does. Pause. Like my you please, Musiala, stop self-promo, man. You absolute freak. It's embarrassing, bro. Jake Paul is such a melon. You should watch highlights on stream. I don't know if I'll get copyright striked for that. I need a green arrow, sorry. Patrick, man, how? Patrick said he's going to bag a hat-trick now. Yeah, Patrick, change your mind, man. Minte, good shout, to be fair. He's alright. Van Dijk is going to play basketball versus Spurs. I hope he gets a 3-pointer. Whee! What do you think about Wilson for Fulham? I think he's okay for like 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's a relatively short-term move. What's going on with Thiago? He's got a bit of a knock. Yeah, he's got rested midweek. I think he starts the weekend. Did he play today? I think he plays today, does he? I'll be back after he blanks. Patrick, if he blanks, send me a DM on TikTok. I will reply. Saliba hat-trick trust. I would take that. Have you got bench boost next week? So my strategy currently is triple captain this week, bench boost next week with 5 free transfers. Get really aggressive. Just go for it. Mogs, you're in great form today. Mate, I am on 3 hours sleep and I am jacked up on a big cup of coffee. After this stream finishes, honestly, I'm probably going to lie down and sleep. To be fair, there's a game in an hour, isn't there? I'm meant to be drinking as well later. Mate, I need to pop some type of caffeine substance in us. I've got Semenyo. Let's go. Semenyo's class, man. Did you know, by the way, guys, Semenyo used to play for Sunderland? Did you know that? He was shit for us, but he used to play for Sunderland. No, he was a young lad when he played for us. Need a triple captain Calvert-Lewin, mate. Mate, I sold him a few weeks ago, and he started scoring, and I was like, what is going on? Foden Haaland again, you will regret not buying him sooner, Mogs. Probably. Probably. I just don't have the money. I'll be honest with you, I just don't have the money. City 5, West Ham 1. I'm calling it. I thought the exact same thing, Braden. I thought 4-5. Owen says, yo, how's it going, Owen, lads? All right, Sonner. Have you got a league for your TikTok? I do, Dylan. For anyone who wants... Well, to be honest, now the game has updated. You probably won't be able to join the league. Normally, what I say to people to do is go into the YouTube live stream, and there's an automatic join link in the description. But because the game's updating, it probably won't let you on the app, mate. But that is how I get people to join, because it's the easiest way to do it. It just automatically joins you. Game week 17. Come on, the boys. Fucking hell, man. What's my computer doing? 3 Arsenal defenders. Yes, Los Blancos. Yes. It's risky, I know. One goal and I'm absolutely flacked. Wait till the next table updates, then you can join. Yeah, next stream or through the week, I'll make a post or something about it, mate. But if you go on my any of my YouTube videos or my channel description, there should be an automatic join link for me league, so you can join maybe when the game updates. It's completely up to you. Is Welbeck out? I think so. Yeah, I'm excited to see how the team plays without Salah. Obviously, love him, but sooner or later he's going to leave, and the team may play better with or without the pressure of the recent drama around it. Yeah, the drama was a bit like a weird one. Albus says, I want to give you a big kiss. Albus, I'm sorry, but I will say no to that because I don't know how old you are. I don't know who you are. I'm not doing it. This game week ended. I got 0 points then. The deadline ended. I'm over 18, lads. Well, yeah, let's do it. Why not? Update on Thiago. Thiago's got a knock. Rested midweek. I think he starts at the weekend. We'll see how it goes. At the end of the day, it's Wolves. You've got to play him. Even if you just get someone come and benching, you're fine. Why don't you have Wilson? I didn't want him this week. For me, next week, well, game week 18, I'm bench boosting, so having 5 free transfers, that's more valuable than just buying Wilson for a week. And as well, I don't think Fulham do that well against Forest. I think Forest beat them. You can't change captain's deadline's over. Yeah, you can't. Moogs, what have you taken? I don't know. I'm sleep deprived, mate. I'm just hyper. To be fair, I was very tired that entire stream, and then the deadline started going. I started answering questions loads, and then I'm just, yeah, it's like I've had an extra cup of coffee. Braden, what I'm gonna do, because you've been an absolute legend this stream, mate, I'm gonna somehow make you mod. Braden, add moderator. So Braden, you should be a mod now. Add moderator. Turn. You don't have to sort of do anything or turn up to every stream, Braden, but you've been a legend. Manage guests. No, I don't want you to manage guests. Block accounts. No. Mute. Turn off, on off comments. Pin comments. Allow manage polls. I'll let you manage polls and gifts, but you don't have to start any polls because I don't have any set up, Braden. But you get mod for today, mate. You've been absolutely insane. No, some menu was risky. You could say so. I don't think it's a necessary transfer. Love you, bro. No worries, Braden, man. You've been an absolute G today, man. So helpful. To be fair, Joshua, I don't know if Joshua's still here. If Joshua's still here, we can give him mod. He's been an OG. Gordon, a good shout. Gordon's terrible. I'm really sorry, but Gordon's terrible. I'm scared that Foden would do better than Haaland. Foden's been better for 3 or 4 weeks. Haaland's been better for a long amount of time. This week, I think it's close, though. Remember me from this week, Captain in Odegaard. Glad I did Captain Saka. Nice, Jack. Let's go. I know... what was I say? I know he scored last game week, but he has Burnley. Yeah, he should do really well against Burnley, Spaniel. What place are you in the world? 1.4 mil, which isn't good, but triple captain this week. Bench boost next week. I think will shoot me up. I think it will. I mean, in terms of points, not form. Yeah, Zafran. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they're really close in terms of points this week, but I think Haaland is slightly better. United are poor defensively. They are, really, they are. Do you think West Ham get something against City? Yeah. Not in terms of any points to do with the Premier League, but they will probably score. City is just like, I don't know what it is, but they just leak goals, like here and there, and it's really weird. Host that, okay. Thiago is injured. He's got a knock, mate. Because Foden do DEFCONs and goal points for midfielders bigger than forwards. He doesn't. Foden's not always brilliant for DEFCONs, but he has had games where he's quite good though. You should get Harry Wilson. Not for me. Not for me. Raya, O'Reilly, Gahey, Virgil, Timber, Foden, Wilson, Szoboszlai, Thiago, Mateta, and Haaland. I like it. I like it. Trust me. Sauce. Trust me, bro. I love that sauce, Dylan. No, he very well could be injured, Dylan, but he's playing Wolves. I've got to take that chance. You know what I mean? Foden better shout than Reinders, surely. Absolutely, but I need about 4 point something million to make that move. If you can donate that to me, that'll be great. But I don't think that's how FPL works. Is Szoboszlai and Thiago playing? I think so. Thiago Cucurella. Thiago. Martinez, Minte, Xhaka, Mukiele. Any changes on the bench? I don't think so, JP. I think I'll keep it like that. Even if he's injured, you will get a bench player put in. Yes, if Thiago is injured. Or Szoboszlai is injured, I'll get both of them off the bench. Yeah. Absolutely. Why is my TikTok yellow? Arsenal backline is risky. I think it's less risky with the addition of Saliba back into the squad. Should be more of a solid defence now. Bernardo Silva differential. I think he'll start this week, and he has had good minutes. I've looked at him, but he's not exactly, doesn't have that ceiling that Foden has. Cherky, for example. I like Cherky a bit better. Mogs, I admire your patience answering the same questions over and over again. I don't know if I could deal with it. The amount of times someone has asked about Thiago starting. I know, but like, everyone comes in the stream at different times. I understand that. And to be fair, people hear me answering questions that they might ask, and then they don't ask them themselves. Dylan says, are you going live later? I'm actually out on the piss, Dylan. So, no. Didn't know you do live streams on TikTok too. Yeah, I do both TikTok and YouTube live streams. But yeah, Dylan, I'm not live later. I'm on the piss. I don't tend to do like live streams while watching the games. But it's something I've considered. It's just hard with TikTok because TikTok doesn't let you screen share windows. It's really weird about it. It thinks that you're like unoriginal, and it like restricts your profile. So yeah, maybe I'll look into it and do it manually, but it is something I've considered. Thiago playing? I think so, mate. I think so. 3 Arsenal says Jedward. Jedward's in the stream. Let's go, Jedward. Yeah, 3 Arsenal, mate. Thought it was on Twitch. No, Zafran. It's both YouTube and TikTok I stream on, mate. They're the best for live streaming FPL stuff. Twitch isn't really that popular for FPL. Is Minte not going to AFCON? No. My name's Jed. Let's go, Jed. Welcome in, brother. I captain Foden. Is that good? Yeah. Great option this week. Is it too late to change my team? It is, bro. I'm sorry to break that news. Is the deadline Friday next week? Ooh, I don't know, actually. Let me check. I think so. Yeah, it is, because United play Newcastle. So it's like a late deadline. The deadline will probably be at 6 on Friday. Why don't you have Foden or Cherky? I don't have the money, mate. Need money. Why Virgil van Dijk? Because he's good. Fifi, I think the amount of people that have the emotional connection to Liverpool and just think the shit really dampens their potential in FPL. That's just my opinion. I think people don't really look at data points as much as they should. Liverpool, for me, are still a very good team. Obviously, that blip of form, we can talk about that, but for me, I don't care about that. I care about FPL points. 100% agree, though. Liverpool have been shit. Right, guys. That is the deadline passed. What I'll say before I go, how come you not got Gay? He feels a great pick most weeks. I don't like the pass defence with the amount of games they got to play coming up. But yeah, just before I go, fellas, if you want to see more of me on your TikTok or your YouTube, make sure you're following on TikTok. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel. I've got a link in my bio on TikTok if you want to quickly go subscribe to YouTube. I make daily FPL videos normally, helping you guys out with your teams. And of course, the best way to support me is by following, liking, and of course subscribing on YouTube. We greatly appreciate everyone. Of course, a massive thank you for everyone who has came on the stream today. You're all absolute legends. Big up all of you. Hopefully you have an amazing game week yourself. See you soon, Mugs. Good luck to you, Connor. I will see you very, very soon. I'll speak to you either on YouTube through the week or on Boxing Day when I do my next deadline stream. So I'll see you all then. Good luck, everyone. Have a brilliant game week. See you later, guys. Enjoy yourselves over on YouTube as well. Have a fantastic time this game week. See you later, folks. One new time.